Mr. Rajagopal, will you tell us what is this Pesmel? What does this name stand for? What is it that you do? And what is it that you want to do in India?
First and foremost, I need to thank Paperex for organizing this panel discussion, which is the right way and the easiest way to convey the experienced people expressing it for all age groups of the paper fraternity. So that is one thing good. And also through a Bhishma of paper technology, Mr. Gopalaratnam being there, so getting it through him, the expert comments is still adding a feather to that whole panel discussion. With regard to Pesmel, Pesmel is a river name in Finland. And Finland is known for rivers as well as for lakes. They say there are more lakes in Finland than people. And plus, Finland is also known for automation. So many automation industries are in Finland. So that way, Pesmel, the backbone of Pesmel is keep monotony out of mankind. So keeping monotony out of mankind means, it doesn't mean that reduce the manpower, but it means there are some operations which are monotonous could be done through AI and automation, and whereas the other jobs which need to be done by manpower could be still be by manpower with the aid of automation. So that way, as we heard from the inaugural session, that India as well as paper fraternity are positive and also towards growth as well as in their thinking to be exemplary in the world. So I could add that Pesmel is also having the same objective to be exemplary in the world with regard to automation. So whether you believe it or not, friends, there are companies in India where we have given this automation system. They thank us, even the owners thank, that we never knew. We thought industry is meant for giving more jobs, but we now understand it is meant for giving more dignified jobs and also use the automation for the monotonous side. So this is actually a lesson we learned from Pesmel. So let it be steel industry or tire industry or paper industry. So at this moment, I need to thank Tamil Nadu Paper Mill, who were also very positive and who had gone in for 3 ASRS. 1 for roll storage and 2 for pallet storage. So that way, 1 in the unit 1 pallet storage and the unit 2 pallet storage. So that way they understood the benefits, they visited the references. So that way, my recommendation to all the paper mills here should be that they should take the opportunity to visit the paper mills who are using it, because you know the technology development is like a relay. So this type of panel discussion shares the information so that you need not run the relay which has been run by others.
Let us be a little more specific. What exactly is the specialty in the market, and how well you have spread yourself in the Indian market other than TNPL?
Yes.
Do you see any growth for your products in India?
Yeah. In fact,
go ahead.
JK Paper was telling about Rayagad, their project, where that ASRS was actually originally the whole technology, the details are all proposed by us. And of course, the market is open, and of course they chose. But nevertheless, we were also involved. They considered us one of the kind of advanced suppliers, and we did give the idea how to make it. And of course, they have got an ASRS, and that is the one thing good we did and in our back of our mind. But at the same time, I would like the media to show a couple of quick videos which will explain rather than talking. Ms. Vidushi, are you there? So could you just put on video 1 first? And video 2. Yeah.
This is not a marketing video.
No, it is not. Okay. See, this is just to give an example that a brownfield project can also be automated because a lot of hesitation in brownfield that how to automate a brownfield project. So you could see very low level, because many of the paper mills have restriction because of the low level roof. So here you could see this type of storage can store about 4 or 5 times more than storing it vertically with clamp truck. And clamp truck has got lot of difficulties. Whereas this type of storage has got many advantages like easy approach, then also automation, and also tracking, and also it has got an advantage of compact storage, and also it can store more volume. Here, what they were storing by storing vertically, they are storing almost 4 times more. So this is an advantage. Okay, I would like to show one more quick, the second one. Yeah, this is with regard to the finished product, but you could see the raw material. For example, the pulp. So, yeah. So you could see the pulp can also be stored. And this is one of the mills in Europe where, see now today, pulp importing and using is very inevitable. So that way, this is a typical storage system which has got a compact storage, and it will be beneficial for all the paper mills wherever they are importing the pulp. Normally in pulp, you store about 8 times more in the same area. So that is an advantage. So this is not a marketing thing. Actually, it is a technologically there are things possible to have this, utilize this AI and automation where you've got tracking easily and also utilization as per the SKU, because more the SKUs, more the throughput, more the quantity be stored. These are all merrier for, especially for automation as well as for artificial intelligence. So you could see how things are being stored in a compact area. So this is like just I want to show you with the liberty that seeing is believing.
Nice. Mr. Rajagopal, I think, the size of the average Indian mill is not that big. The products are not huge enough to be stored for a long time. In fact, there are many installations, paper mills in India who don't have a warehouse, who have a practice of making and then sending it. Under these circumstances, how do an average Indian mill of Indian size go in for your system?
See, as I told you, it is not only for the volume.
Is it economically viable?
Yes.
Are you planning to do any Indian manufacture or Indian design? What are your ideas?
See, we have Pesmel India, which has got 45 people, and we manufacture almost 70% of the system in India. So in any system we supply, 65 to 70% we make in India. So that is not only to make the cost less, but also to follow the present policy of the government, the Make in India. So that way, we do follow that meticulously, and there are only key items which are manufactured in Finland, and that way it will be all beneficial for you. And one more thing, the storages are not meant for quantity alone. It is also for easy tracking. It is also for, especially with regard to the identity of the material with the SKU, as well as for the end user. Depending upon the end user, the material can be stored and given, also based on the where it goes, how far it goes. That way the packing is also integrated. We could pack unnecessarily, need not pack like Egyptian mummy. We need to pack as it is required depending upon where it goes, whether it is export or. So there are many things are thought over, and fundamentally we put ourselves in the customer's shoes, and we don't do selling as a motive. Our motive is to share information so as to allow the customer to choose which is suitable, because each customer's requirement is different. But everybody needs artificial intelligence today, and everybody needs automation, whether in a small grade or higher level. But automation is inevitable today in paper industry.
Which is less expensive, storing reels or storing sheets?
See, storing reels has some advantage, and it is also less expensive, because the advantage of paper, whether it is reels or pallets, the weight is less. Normally it is not more than 5 tons. See, we got storages in Tata Steel for storing 40 tons and 50 tons coils. So whereas compared to that, this is a dwarf. So that way the structures, which are all like 7 or 8% of the weight to be stored. In the case of paper, it will all be roll forms. So that way, whether it is reel or pallet storage, it is always cheaper than storing in the floor because the building costs roughly about 60,000 rupees per square meter. Whereas if you see the unit cost of storage, the unit cost of storage for vertical storage will be almost like 60% or 50% of the floor storage, considering the especially clamp truck operator, the safety precautions, quality, and everything. So that way here, don't you want your items to be handled like a baby? And in fact, one of the customers say that your system acts like a marketing person for us to sell our material. So that way, because the customers, when they come and see, they see the respect being given to the product by not crumbling them. And that way the rejections are less because of handling. Because handling is one area where, in fact, one of the prominent steel person told, I want my material to go in the same condition as it is manufactured at my plant. But it never happens. Because of multiple loading, unloading, and handling, the material gets damaged. And that is really a big thing. So that way, this type of automation is really will help you to give respect to your product, which are value-added product. And I think you should not think anything, no, forget about Pesmel. Whatever you do, if you adopt this digital transformation, it is going to be beneficial to you. As Mr. Gopal Ratnam said, the message is that today the best thing you have to follow in any field is automation, which is, otherwise it becomes obsolete. So in automation also, if you don't currently, because all automation suppliers, they update automatically. We update all our system wherever we supplied every 5 years. Even your computer, you have to change in 5 years. So we update it automatically. So that way, it will be a blessing in disguise to adopt automation.
Thank you, thank you. Is there anything else specifically you want to tell Indian customers about the advantages with respect to price, delivery, or anything that you have a unique selling proposition in your product?
Yeah, see,
that you want to market in India?
Sure, I live in US, okay, and I am an Indian basically, okay. I worked in sale, and of course later, of course, why I want to say is I know both the culture, okay. Now in India, we give many times the importance to the capital cost, but in US, they give importance to the life cycle cost. So life cycle cost is the governing. For example, packing. In the packing material cost is 8 times the packing machine cost. If you go for a good system, same way as the storage system also, if you go for a good system, the return on investment will be so quick, which we do not foresee. Whereas when you build a building and then you have so many people to go, you have to forklift operator, all those things are unnecessary safety hazard as well as costly. So we don't understand the life cycle cost. Life cycle cost is the secret all advanced countries keep in their back of their mind. They choose the technology, then they go for the system. This is the message. Although I'm a small guy, but because I have the kind of a knowledge on both sides, this is what I observed, because I do sell here, I do sell in US, but also in Europe. So that way, this is just a comparison what I saw.
Thank you for elaborating it, and definitely you have made a case for automation in finished goods storage, and I'm sure that delegates will take advantage of yours. And do you have a stall here or?
No, this time we didn't. Normally we do have, but
okay.
We have one more paper on the third day by Mr. Karthik, my colleague. He is a business manager, and one more automation person, Mr. Uday Shankar, where they will give you nuts and bolts of all system what we supply with the merits, and also to the extent on techno-economics.
Thank you. With that, I think we will close, and thank you for your participation, and I greatly appreciate your being very passionate about the business that you are doing.